Viewers, the United States has hit Iran's nuclear facilities. 3 sites targeted or completely and totally obliterated in President Donald Trump's words: Fordow, Natanz and Isfahan. The question is, how could Iran respond? One option, of course, is to do absolutely nothing and enter the negotiating table. That could mean no more US attacks. Or the second option, retaliate. US has several bases in the Middle East and Iran has ballistic missiles at its disposal. US has a huge force in the Middle East, close to 40,000 troops in the region. That includes air defense systems, fighter aircraft and warships. So what are the options in front of Iran? Bahrain, Iraq, Qatar, Kuwait, Syria and United Arab Emirates are the countries in which US has its bases. Let's look at the option 1. The Al Udeid Air Base is located in Qatar and is the largest US military base in the Middle East. It's in close proximity to Iran, and between June 5 and June 19, US removed nearly 40 military aircraft from this base. By June 19, only 3 aircraft remained. This only shows what Trump had been planning all along. Option 2 would be the US Navy 5th Fleet. The headquarters is in Bahrain and is the command hub of American naval operations in the Middle East. It was first established in 1944 and was deactivated in 1947. It was reactivated in 1995 and it played an important role. Why? Because it gave structure to US Naval Command in the Middle East after the Gulf War. Now let's look at option 3. That's Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq. This base, in fact, Iran targeted this base in 2020 after the killing of Quds Force leader Qasem Soleimani. The base houses thousands of American troops and this site has the largest US deployment in the country. Now, this base has been always a potential target. Last year, for example, the US troops targeted Popular Mobilization Forces, which is an Iran-backed paramilitary group led by Ali Khamenei. After this, there were fears that the Al-Assad base would be targeted in response. So what US and Iraq did was that they tightened the security around the base and the US soldiers were placed under strict security measures. Another option for Iran in Iraq is the Harir Air Base. This base has reportedly been on the receiving end of the drone attacks from Iranian proxy groups in last week. In 2023 as well, the Harir Air Base was hit by drone strikes by Islamic resistance forces in Iraq. The US said no damage was caused. Now, on to Syria. The Al-Tanf garrison near the borders of Iraq and Jordan. Last year in January, an Iranian-backed militia attack on Tower 22 outpost just 12 miles south of Al-Tanf killed 3 US service members. Kuwait is home to several important US military bases, including Camp Arifjan, which serves as the forward headquarters for US Army component CENTCOM. Camp Arifjan is a major US Army base and is located about 55 kilometers southeast of Kuwait City. It serves as the primary logistics supply and command hub for US military operations in the Middle East. The Ali Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait hosts 386th Air Expeditionary Wing, and this is a critical airlift hub about 45 kilometers northwest of Kuwait City. Kuwait also houses a range of US drones, including the MQ-9 Reapers. Now let's look at option 7, the Al Dhafra Air Base located in the United Arab Emirates. This is home to America's 388th Air Expeditionary Wing, which operates the F-22 Raptor fighter jets and other surveillance planes and drones. Now, Trump has warned of broader US involvement in Israel's war if Iran attempts to strike back against US military sites in the region. But Iranian officials have said specifically that US ships and military bases would be targeted. Amidst this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to the Iranian president and called for de-escalation. He reiterated that dialogue is the only way forward to restore peace. Will Iran go ahead and target US bases, or will diplomacy prevail? It's a wait and watch.